What does he want to know?
I hear that there's a particular bowling video.
Oh, shit.
What do you want to know about it?
Look, there's a lot of heart, there's a lot of charm, there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of gore, and those are the best things in life.
With a splash of love.
You know, it has a bunch of different genres all mixed into one, so...
Well, first of all, it's great to be here on the carpet with you guys. It's exciting. So, you know, Rowan couldn't be here, but I did talk to him yesterday.
Okay, good.
He told me that I did have to ask about something.
Now he gets to the table.
Yeah. Great. What does he want to know?
I hear that there's a particular bowling video.
Oh, shit.
What do you want to know about it? I mean,
He said, oh, what does that mean? What happened at this bowling alley?
Should I do it?
Go for it. Just
Okay,
tell, yeah.
do you want me to hold this?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we went bowling. We had the most amazing time in Canada, and Rowan said that if I didn't make a strike, that the film was going to flop. And I took him up on this challenge and did like a full 3 spins and threw the ball, and
Just completely just...
yeah. And Murray blessed it. His son came over and did a little like on it. So,
Yep.
oh, I love that he said this.
And she got a strike.
Yes.
Well, now the movie
So-
will succeed.
And we were
From
like,
your lips.
yeah,
No,
exactly.
it's from your strike.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, I think one of the funniest parts is honestly it's Ruby's and Rowan's reaction, because Rowan jumps out and does this,
Yeah.
like in front of the
He's
camera.
like,
He's just like, "What the hell just happened?"
Yeah, fingers crossed that we get to share that on Monday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be so.
I look forward to seeing it, hopefully.
Yes.
Super quick last question.
Yeah.
Just, this is a fun Christmas film. So in your own words, why is this the perfect Christmas film for people to add to their traditional yearly watches?
Because it's not like any other.
It is. She said it perfectly. It's its own thing. Look, there's a lot of heart, there's a lot of charm, there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of gore, and those are the best things in life.
With a splash of love.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So yeah, I mean, look, I hope that this is one of those movies that like it crosses genre fans into the people who maybe aren't maybe horror fans, that would be like, I'm kind of interested in seeing this because it looks like it has, something else there, It's got this like Christmas sparkle. I'm going to see it, and then yeah, so we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Well, I wanted to ask, because obviously, we're remaking we're remaking a cult classic that a lot of people are just not going to know about. They're not familiar with it at all. And so what was the process like figuring out, okay, how are we going to take this concept, remake it, but also how am I going to connect to an audience today, particularly that just don't have any connection to this IP?
Well, see, for me, that's where you can't go wrong to just like, in a way, just do something like original. You know what I mean? Like, don't necessarily copy what the original was. Make your own movie. Like, if you want to bring in some of the moments from the original or some of the DNA from it, great. But like, to me, it's so important to just make a movie that means something to me. And like, for me, it was like a love story and putting like a lot of myself both in Billy and Pam, so I had to know these people, you know what I mean? And of course then Ruby and Rowan took these characters and just like completely brought them to life. I know that's like all over the place, but at the same time that's how you do it. I think you just make something that feels new and original and unique. And as I've said on some other outlets too, it's like I was very inspired by Pixar movies. I was very inspired by Frailty. Very inspired by Adam Wingard's The Guest.
It's very Inside Out.
Yeah. Well, but dude, absolutely. Like, I mean, those movies have such. Their core is always so. They're not afraid to stray from the hard questions, and but they have so much heart, and like that was something I really wanted to bring to this. So that's something that I do hope that resonates with people when they watch it. That's there, and that they have a lot of fun, of course, with the body count and all of our fun Christmas kills.
How could you not?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of like making the film, right? Mm-hmm. What was the most surprising challenge that you faced, really at any point in the process, that maybe you just didn't really expect? You were like, oh wow, this is either you didn't see it coming at all, or it was just harder than you expected.
Well, specifically, I would say ball pit.
Yeah.
It was very challenging. It was cold. because we built a set outside. Like that was kind of how we had to do it, because we had 2 sets and we couldn't do it inside. We had to do it outside, and it was just this challenging thing. And not only that, we had all this wind, and so the set was like shaking, so we couldn't shoot it one day, and then we had to come back and we had to do it at night when it was too cold, and then we had to cram like basically 10 people in this small little space with kids, with like, actors with like knives and axes and like.
Yeah, I can promise I'm not an asshole.
And it just, and seriously, it's like walking in that ball pit was it's just impossible, dude. And you have like
imagine anyone who has to maybe stay still during a scene like that.
Oh, dude, it was crazy. So anyway, that was really challenging. And then of course the Christmas party was like, it was so much fun, but it was hard. Like it was like there was so much to do and so much to try to do like right in like such a short amount of time, because we knew that we had to execute.
They didn't give you endless time and money to make this thing?
No, I asked them, but
They were like, well, maybe if you get 2 strikes.
yeah. I mean, honestly though, like I'm really happy with how it all turned out, and there were those hard days, but ultimately, and Ruby will say this all the time, there was so much laughter on set. We were always so giddy, and like even in those days that were like that felt near impossible, like we always found time to just like remember that we were making a movie, and that making a movie should be fun, and like just freaking giggly, dude. Like we laughed. It should have been illegal, like how much we laughed, and that's honestly that's how you want to make movies. That's how a movie should be made. Yeah.
My first question for you is just, it's obviously a Christmas film, but in your own words, why would you say it is the perfect Christmas film for people to add to their like yearly watch?
Because there's not a lot of Christmas slasher movies out there, That's why it's very unique that way. It has a bunch of different genres all mixed into one. So yeah, it'll definitely be like something that everybody watches that time of year.
For you personally, what do you feel was the hardest thing to bring to your character as you were realizing it and bringing him on screen? What was kind of the most challenging part to bring to life?
Well, all I could really say is, obviously Max, he's not all he seems to be. There's something there, but, you just use your own kind of personal experiences and try to bring it into the character, right?
Last question for you. Just when it comes to, again, like kind of challenges rather, because bringing a movie to life is difficult. Across the entire process, before, during shooting, or after, what do you feel was the most surprising challenge you came across?
There's not really any.
And you can go as specific as you want. Be like, oh, my shoes suck today.
I mean, just, keeping up with the cast I was with, because they're so talented. I knew I had to, do my thing, and I just, wanted to be good for everybody.
Yeah.
So I did my best,
I think it worked out. So just my first question, it's obviously a Christmas film, but in your own words, why is this the perfect Christmas film to add to like the traditional yearly watch?
I think that what makes this the perfect Christmas year for the yearly watch is that so much of today, like give us the recent Christmas movies and everything that's happened over the past couple of decades. Hallmark has become the definitive Christmas movie. Yeah. Every year they pump out 10 movies, 15 movies, and Hallmark has their brand. And this takes that in a way and makes a Christmas horror movie that fits the Hallmark brand in a way. And again, that's no offense towards what Mike did, because that's actually why Mike's was so special, is it takes that Christmas romance and it turns it into a horror movie.
Yeah, I think it worked out pretty good. When it comes to remaking kind of a cult classic film, most audiences today probably don't know about it, don't really know what it is. So how did you approach like reconnecting this concept with audiences of today?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for us was we wanted to pay a lot of honor to the original movie, because there was so much about the original movie that still sticks with fans, a lot of moments and a lot of things that happened. in the original, that we wanted to have that fan service without being just pandering too much. And so with what Mike did, again, it like took that fan service, but at the same time made it something new. And I think that was the most special thing about what Mike did with it.
Last question for you. When it came to just the whole process to get this film onto screen, what was the most surprising challenge you faced?
You know, honestly, I think that the most surprising challenge was just originally when Scott and Dennis and I were, when I first met Scott and Dennis, we'd, kind of put together an option of the property. Originally Fangoria was going to be involved, and that was a long time ago. That was 2020, and then. It was making sure that the distributors understood that we were trying to do something different. We weren't going to do a beat-for-beat, page-for-page rewrite. And literally, there was a point where we took the original script and literally just said, okay, we're going to take the original and do something a little different. And none of us just felt right about that. We felt it needed something new, and it needed to connect with new audiences. And again, Mike's just so fresh with what he does. And he just does he does things, different and new. And we needed that new blood injected into the whole franchise. And Mike just ran away with it.